So, due to the history of the land that we're on, I'd like to acknowledge that until decolonization becomes a part of the equation, we will continue to make progress, but without any meaningful impact. I stand with the indigenous, the first settlers, and immigrants in any efforts for unity. There are several key pieces to the puzzle of our current condition. The one that I'll be addressing this evening is the media, more specifically, the news, and even more specifically, information. I'm not here to talk about the failures of mainstream media or the shortcomings of any alternative outfits. As I see it, they're both needed and both play an important part. With truth being subjective, we can't rely on a singular source of information or the context in which it's framed. The reality is, though, there's too much noise and not enough time, and for most people, it becomes so overwhelming to try and make sense of it all that they simply tune out. For those of us addicted to community crack, it's a different story, though. We seek out the information with pleasure, like a junkie does their next fix. I wish that more people were addicted to community, don't get me wrong, but sadly they're not. They're addicted to other things. So some call them the disengaged, and others call them apathetic, while others call them names that I can't repeat in mixed company. I'll put it like this: we may need to rethink the word bucket. Rather than dogging our brothers and sisters for not being as informed as we are, I ask, how can we help make the relevant information more accessible and appetizing, so that the cognitive dissonance felt will not be intolerably harsh, allowing people to become more open to new ideas as we pressure our officials to become more open with the vital information. This is the challenge that I'm taking on. So on that note, I'd like to introduce the newest face to the London news scene, LMFAO, the London Moderates and Freethinkers Advocating Openness. Our opening strategy will see mostly online with a few live events to help bring the conversation to reality. There will be no print, only for administrative or promotional materials. A more robust, engaging, and possibly job-creating plan will be rolled out in the spring to come, just in time for the next local elections. Utilizing social media, mobile tech, and a high level of connectivity that we enjoy in Canada, through video, photo, audio, and written forms of expression, we will produce quickly consumable, easily shareable content with a comedic approach. This will help to build an audience and attract attention to our grassroots investigative journalism coming soon. Because I'm not trying to reinvent the wheel, here's how it'll go down. Stories from the so-called legitimate outlets like the London Free Press, AM 980, Metro will all be linked to different pages. Popular blogs like the McLeod Report and London Civic Watch, for example, will also be linked to the appropriate platforms. London Community News, CTV, and even the Indignants will be available. By a decentralized and creative delivery, the user experience will be our focus. Personal interaction within the comments threads is vital. If you've ever engaged in online debate, you will know that it easily becomes a ridiculous spectacle. Yeah, it can be entertaining for some, but genuinely it's disturbing and discouraging for others. Therefore, in addition to the above, special attention must be given to mediation by the admins. Discrimination, personal attacks, and malicious trolling will be dealt through an escalation process guided by the principles of freedom of speech. With that being said, I stand here putting myself out in the name of collaboration, calling for any and every resident of London who believes that freedom of information is paramount to us exercising our democratic rights to come forward. Through the generosity of John Densky, LMFAO has found a home at Medium London, around the corner. With his experience as a photojournalist in conflict zones, it's a perfect fit. So I know I'm a bit fast and I didn't write terribly much, so in closing, I'm just trying to build a house for the truth, whatever that may be. I am more than willing and able to execute my vision. The only thing that's missing is the materials, the toolbox, and yourself. If anyone is interested in getting involved or just wants to know more, please don't hesitate to approach me after, or feel free to contact me when the time is right for you. I want to thank you for your time, consideration, and I hope that we can have a conversation. And be on the lookout for London Moderates and Freethinkers Advocating Openness next year.